And welcome to the Board of Health meeting on March 28th, 2022 at 5:37. Can I have a roll call, please?
Gavin Byers.
And Chris Nocella, we are all presidents. Woo-hoo, nice. Additions, deletions, we don't have any. Let's do the COVID
I'd
report.
like to make an addition.
Oh, okay.
I want to make an addition, Mr. Chairman.
What's that?
I want to propose the Board of Health to have a couple of special meetings to go back over our septic regs.
We
They
are
are
doing
on
that.
there.
They're actually on here, Jim.
They are, okay.
Yeah, they're on here for spring. Granted, spring's only a day or two old, but we'll wait till you come back.
Okay.
All right, let's go over the COVID update real quick.
Mr. Chair, could
Yes.
we please move 478 Main Street, 1-6, up where Candace is
We
here,
can,
please?
sure. That's on here somewhere, right?
Okay,
All right.
it's your first.
Oh, this one right here. Oh, there we
478
go.
Main Street. Now,
Okay.
I don't have a copy, so if you guys would like to read that, I'm gonna go grab my copy, which should be off the printer. They're reading Rick's notes right now.
Yes. Jim, I will read this to you. Listen carefully. The owner of 478 Main Street had previously come in front of the Board of Health on 12/13/21 to obtain approval for a dog grooming business at her residential property. After reviewing the request paperwork and a couple of discussions with her, the board approved the use with the condition that the water meter readings be submitted to the board for the first year of operation. The owner experienced difficulty receiving approval from the ZBA for a dog grooming business, and as a result, reapplied to the ZBA as a kennel, which would be allowed to her business, and as a result, reapply to ZBA as a kennel. Wait a minute, why did I read that twice? Which would allow her to groom as an accessory. The owner did ultimately receive approval from the ZBA to have a kennel on the property. And I have attached a copy of this decision and a coordination of approval. The ZBA required the following: no employees other than the applicant. Business hours between 9 a.m. and 7 p.m. No more than 2 dogs other than the owner's pets. I should have read that all in one. Other than the owner's pets at any particular time. After watching the ZBA hearing, reviewing the ZBA decision, and speaking with Candace, who is with us today, Jim, I am confident that she does not intend to operate a kennel, but this approval will allow her to groom, which is her goal. After our decision, I wrote Candace an email on 3/9/22 requesting that she attend a Board of Health meeting to request a change in use, and that she put her plans in writing for the board. I have attached this email. Well, that's pretty good, because I want to see how he attached it in here, but
It is.
is it in here?
It's in the package, which,
Oh, it's
Yeah,
over
right
there, okay, because I'm looking at this, I'm going, I don't see an email.
Oh, I have the whole big package?
Oh, you're the best, Gavin.
yes,
You read,
and I
read that.
actually have it here now too, so.
All right, where was I, Jim? Change of use and put their plans in writing to the board. I have attached this email for you to review. As long as her written plan is consistent with what I laid out in the condition that the water meter readings are submitted to the board for the first year of operation. I believe that between her written plan stating that only discharge of the septic will be the grooming, which we have already discussed, the kennel will have no associated discharges, and that the ZBA condition approval that you should be covered. Got it?
Why is the ZBA restricting her to 2 dogs a day? That's not
I would have to ask the ZBA that.
That's true for your business job, but that's
No.
not fair.
It's not 2 dogs a day, right?
No, 2 dogs
2
at
dogs
any
at a
time on
other
the
than
property.
pets.
Yeah,
Just
two
to
dogs
show-
at a time, Jim. Not a day.
Okay, so how many they allow her to have there daily?
There's no limitation daily.
There's no limitation.
Okay, and if there's no limitation, they're restricting her from having a hired hand, so she's gotta do it all herself?
He obviously doesn't know. what's
I-
going on. It's 2 dogs there at a time, and it's not even an overnight kennel license. It's strictly daytime. It's
Yeah.
just a way to word it until
Until
the
it changes.
bylaws. Yeah,
Yeah.
so.
So
just that-
basically, Jim, what they're doing is they're giving her a chance to call it a kennel, let her wash her dogs, but only 2 at a time. So if one leaves, they can bring another one in. It's just a way to have it so that she can run her business.
Yeah, that would actually be standard format, wouldn't it?
Good question.
I didn't hear what
He
you
wants to know if it's standard format.
said.
Yes, it is, apparently.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Rick,
The only other problem I got is that they're not gonna allow her to hire somebody in the event that she's got bookings and she's sick, what goes on then?
Reschedule.
That's it.
She said she'll reschedule.
Okay, well,
Nice.
as long as she's not held back to just 2 dogs per day, which is what I thought I understood.
No,
If she's
at a
capable
time.
of having more than one, is there a cap on that, or 10 or anything? Where
No.
are they going?
Nope, no cap. If she can wash a dog a minute, she can have them in there all day long.
Okay,
Which would be, I would wanna see.
In 15-minute increments.
No, 1 a minute, that's it. We wanna get 800 dogs in there a day.
Too
We're gonna
old
work
for
you to
that.
death, Candace, we're gonna work you to death. All right, so, what is it that, we are required to do?
I believe you're just going to, agree with Rick's comments, and if there's any conditions of the ZBA conditions, he will put it in motion in the writing with the referral.
All right. Can I get a motion on that, please?
So I'll make a motion to approve the change use from dog washing to kennel, to be congruent with what the ZBA approved. In addition to Rick's comments of water readings for the next year.
Yeah, with the stipulation if it changes law, she has to reapply for something else?
If the changes law,
Yeah,
right, if the ZBA at that point,
yeah, because it would basically be change of use, technically.
right,
Which I think is the way that it was
Yeah.
worded that way, is just
Yeah.
that I
Yeah.
don't have runs and
Yeah.
drains in the floor,
Yeah.
and I'm not using extra water and having to do all that, so it's just kinda worded
Yeah.
simply.
sure.
Well,
As it
we're
is
just,
being
we're
what
just
it is.
covering our bases. that's all.
Right, right.
Cause it's the same septic, that's all we're really concerned
Yeah.
with, so. You know, if it once the use changes, you just come back and say, yep, you already got the paperwork, and we'll approve that too. All right, so can,
Motion to the floor, I'll second it.
there's your second, right there. All in favor?
Alright,
Aye,
Alright,
there you go, Candace, you're all set.
Thank you.
Thank you, Candace.
All right, so we'll go back to the COVID, which, is over here. Sorry, I was unable to attend tonight's meeting. I have provided comments below for each of the agenda items. If you have any questions, I will be available via cell phone from 6+. Hopefully we'll be done by then.
Yes.
Feel free to call. Okay, COVID update. I have attached a data sheet, which I do not have. I'm sure that Gavin
I
has.
have it over there, yeah.
Oh, we have one. Wow, we're down to 5 cases. Woo-hoo! This is good. So I've attached a data sheet from the past 2 weeks and also provide a 14-day average incident rate that we have discussed recently. There have been no administrative changes to handling the COVID since the last meeting. It says that Townsend has 5 cases, that would be as of 2 weeks ago. So what we're at is probably lower, but we won't know until next week. The daily average incident rate is 2.4, where Middlesex is 11.8 and the state is at 9. So we're doing very well. Current positive rate is 1.44%. For Townsend, Middlesex is 1.77 and the state is 1.7. So we are ahead of the curve, which is very good. It makes me very happy. Jim, are you happy?
Yo, I'm happy, just like a duck in the mud.
Atta boy. Yeah, old man. Anyway, I don't know if these vaccination rates changed. They don't look like they've changed very much to me. I don't think we really need to go through them all again. They still seem to be at 75 for one dose and 68 for a full dose. So we'll leave that as done with that. Any questions?
Nope.
Gavin?
Nope.
No questions. Very good. Let's move on. 1.4, 22 Main Street, septic increase of flow. All right, Jim, you ready? All right. This is the Family Dollar Plaza. They are looking to install a new system to allow some flexibility in types of tenants they could attract at the plaza. This includes addition to a second restaurant and an option to relocate the nail salon to a different unit. They are also proposing to reuse the septic tank and pump chamber servicing Family Dollar. Excuse me, this was done in 2016, as well as the grease trap servicing Sophia's Pizza. This was done in 1998. All other system components are proposed new. I have received the plans and they appear to be in compliance with the plan as submitted and signed permit. The permit is 2 pages and both pages should be signed and dated by the board members. Well, Jim, I can read you what the system is designed for.
I've actually got the drawings here, I've actually looked at the drawings.
Oh, okay. Oh, that makes it way better.
Yes, my concern is that septic tank is gonna have to be pumped, it's gonna have to be inspected by a septic inspector approved by Rick Metcalf to make sure the gas baffles are intact and properly working. And as far as the grease trap, you said they would put it in a 78, that grease trap.
No, 98. 98.
98, okay, so it's still 22 years old, 24
Yeah.
years old. That's gonna have to have a thorough inspection also to make sure that they're both compatible for the new system.
Okay. Let's see. Give me 1 second, Jim, because I think they want to keep the original system and add a second. Yeah, they want to reuse the septic tank
Are they
and
from-
pump chamber for
are those
Family
from-
Dollar.
Carla, are they
Yeah,
from
Okay.
this year?
Inspect it again.
Yeah, and as well as the grease trap servicing Sophia's. And then they'll add,
Also.
yeah, and then they'll add the additional stuff, which we're gonna take a look at the drawing too, so, just so we're all on the same page.
I'd like to view that when they're having the inspection done, is what I'd like to do.
Okay, yeah. We'll have to work that out with Rick. Let's take a look at the drawing, Jim.
I can grab the drawing, hang on a minute.
So, what are we looking at here? Where's the building?
So this is the building. All this right here.
Oh, so his septic, his leach field's in the back.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's gotta be
proposed.
proposed, right?
Okay, so they're gonna continue that, add that.
So These
Okay.
are proposed tanks, so existing septic here,
Oh, this is the skinny thing, is the building.
yeah,
Oh, okay, so he's
Yeah.
putting these in the parking lot out front?
no, this is out behind it.
Oh, okay, alright,
Is it?
Oh, this
is-
is Main Street.
Yeah, right.
yeah,
So, Family Dollar, you know, Sophia's,
yeah,
so existing tanks, these are gonna be fed into, or it looks like, here's existing, right? So they're gonna run new existing, or new lines here out of the building at this point.
I'm looking actually for the pipe that goes, there actually looks like they are pumping these into the new one.
Right.
Jim, are you looking at your drawing? Alright, we're looking at the existing tanks, right?
Yep.
Now, I'm looking at the sewer line coming out of the very third small one, which I assume is the grease trap. It looks like they're piping that into the new proposed septic system. Do you see it that way?
No. I don't see it that way. I'm
Alright.
looking at it. It says, on the bottom of the drawing by proposed septic tank, it says ST1,
Yeah,
okay? ST1 is there, and then you got in FG, what's that stand for? Proposed pump chamber. Okay, that's a pump chamber, so they're pumping from both ends. All right. I don't see the grease trap. Where is it?
if you look at the
GT2,
GT2,
right behind,
Okay.
yep,
that's the grease trap. Underneath it's showing a sewer line. And it looks like it runs into, I guess, the sewer line that runs through comes out of all the buildings. And it looks like it dumps into the new proposed septic tank.
I see that. It's going into the new proposed septic tank. Yeah.
Is that normal?
here's a new proposed grease trap also on this end.
Oh,
So
yeah,
they're
that's
gonna
what
turn
they-
that
yeah.
into a restaurant.
Yeah,
So a grease trap, a whole line running the whole back,
yeah,
tied in at the other grease trap,
yeah. And then tied.
exiting retail space,
Yeah,
going down into ST1 and then on
yeah.
from there.
And that's your pump chamber, so.
Yeah.
Okay,
Primary Presby, proposed.
what's this
This
proposed one?
is proposed primary Presby, sand and bed, so this is all proposed.
Is this the existing one? That's
The
proposed.
existing one is in dark black, and the new one is in the light gray.
Well, that says proposed primary Presby sand bed. And the next one's the proposed reserve Presby sand bed, which is in light gray in the far corner.
Yeah, I saw that. You're right.
So basically, they're putting in a whole new Presby system. Actually, they're putting two.
Now, this
That's
is,
an expansion area for the event of a failure
Right.
of the first area.
that's a reserve,
Oh, okay.
so,
Yeah, but I mean, they're still putting in two systems. They're just not
they won't,
connecting one.
they
I
won't
guess.
use this unless
Yeah.
they need it,
Right,
that's what that's for.
yeah. Okay, and then you've got,
It's gonna be approved today.
Rick asked for it to be approved today.
well, Rick asked for it.
You,
I mean, Rick got them, on March 2nd, so,
I see that as an expansion area, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that.
yeah.
I see what else is going on fine. I'm just gonna make the request that those tanks are inspected and the grease trap is inspected
Yeah,
prior to starting.
we can put that in?
Prior to signing?
No, not prior to signing, but prior,
Huh?
Upgraded.
yeah.
why don't we put in cause they're gonna have to tie into those, so they're gonna have to dig down to them anyway, either way, right? Why not use,
Correct. That's correct.
So-
They're gonna be inspected. I would like to
At
be
the
there with
time,
the
at the
inspector that's
time,
doing
at
that.
the time,
what if, when they're exposed, you're part of the inspection,
right.
and if they are deemed failed or in question, then they have to be replaced with new ones.
Yeah, I don't see that happening, but I'd like to be documented what condition they're in because they're not new. So how badly are they worn? How much, inside of the tank you get where the acidity eats off the cement when they're not properly vibrated? And I'd just like to look at that and see that myself. Cause this is an expensive system and you don't wanna tie this whole mini wall up because of
Be
it.
there at the time of
Yeah, and when are you gonna be back?
next
I'll
Friday.
be back by the 9th.
Tonight, I can't see them doing this in a week, so you'll be back.
Yeah, I'll be back, yeah.
Okay. So, what we'll do then is, we'll put that into, the stipulations of approving this septic system that, the original tanks are inspected and approved to be, what's a good word, Gavin? Deemed, usable? Is that a good word?
Usable, passable would be better, passable.
Passable for
Yeah,
inspection,
right.
okay? So, we'll,
Is there a motion?
yes, that's a motion to approve the, septic upgrades for 222 Main Street and the Presby system and the backup Presby system, as long as the existing tanks and grease traps are inspected and pass approval to be used as they are.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, so there's two
Aye.
pages
Aye.
to sign.
Okay, thank you. That'll take care of that one. How do we add that on here, Carla?
I've got it right here.
Okay,
So we'll make sure that Rick knows I'm gonna be seeing these tomorrow afternoon.
all right. Great. Okay, that'll take care of that.
Thank you.
Excuse me for 1 second.
The address is wrong.
Oh, it is?
222 Main Street, not 22.
Oh, I read it at
222?
22, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, so that takes care of that. Jim, you're back with me over here. We'll do 1.5, which is Turnpike Road. 5 Turnpike Road, Unit 220. Your favorite, Jim, you ready? All right. At the meeting on February 28th, 2022, the board voted to grant an extension to complete the cleanup for the apartment to 3/28/22. I was contacted on 3/16/22 by email by Anna Corsina, Protective Services worker at the Aging Services at North Central Middlesex, Massachusetts, who has been assisting the tenant with cleanup and helping her to arrange for services. Anna informed me that the Aging Services does not have the budget to help with the services, and the tenant will be financially responsible for all and any services she enlists to help with the cleanup. Her social security payment is due to come in on 4/1, and she was requesting an extension to 4/5. Also, I am not thrilled with the process. I do not think we would be able to get back to court for the adjustment prior to 4/5. So I would suggest that the board grant the extension to that date and make it clear that if the violations are not corrected by this date, the board will pursue compliance through court. I have attached a copy of the email from Anna requesting the extension. So, we're talking about another week. I don't think that's a bad thing. It might help her because she gets paid on the 1st, which is only 4 days after she gets paid.
I'm not gonna get into court before that.
And we're not gonna be able to get into court before that anyway. So if we extend her for another week, basically that's what it'll be. That, I don't think it's gonna kill us. It might help her get something done, and if she doesn't, we'll pursue court action. Can I get a motion on that?
So moved.
So moved. A second?
A second.
All in favor?
Alright,
Aye. Okay, so that takes care of that. We'll give her the extension. Hold that one. All right, let's move on to 1.6. We just did that one.
Yep.
Well, I'm not doing the kennel again. Stan, it's nice to see you.
Would you like to move, Stan?
I'd love to move
Where is
Stan.
he
Where
at?
is Stan?
Stan is down at Recycling Center update under the work session 1.14.
Okay, how much do we have left?
You don't have anyone on, and Rick's not here to excuse him.
Yeah, I don't really think that's a big thing. Two of them are referrals, you know, so that's nothing, and Ball Road, new construction. Jim, you said you have that one. Let's do Stan. We have other permits and legals, we have none, and we moved the scheduling till April, the fee schedule till April 11th anyway. So let's do that. Let's move to Recycle Center in the work session at 1.14. Let's see, Stan Dillis review, hub replacement or repair, Recycle Center, shirts, who wants? Okay. Stan, thanks for coming in.
Oh, yeah.
Did you get my slab in yet?
That's what we're here to talk about.
Well, I don't like the sound of that.
No, you have to make some decisions. The recycle where the transfer station is in here. And we know that now the Conservation Commission has eyes and ears on things, and when they're gonna look at the same things that I'm looking at. So
Okay,
here's the shed and the trailers.
yeah,
This is endangered species habitat. There's a wetland that only shows over here, but the other thing it shows is when you click on that layer that says hydrologic connection, there's something that runs right through the middle there, which is probably gone, but it probably at one time connected what was shown on an old plan as a wetland over here. It went over this way to this wetland, so they're gonna look at all that stuff.
yeah.
My suggestion, because you're gonna have to
so
pull a
yellow,
building permit, right?
so yellow's
This habitat.
is their no-go zone.
No,
no,
It's just
We have
that-
to file, they have to be notified, we have to file.
Okay,
It's
But-
a pre-existing condition that's been there for over 20 years. It's been trucked, it's been, there's been fill moved in and out of it.
I'm not arguing with it, Jim, I'm not,
That recycling center, including capping the landfill.
yeah, oh, I'm not arguing with you, I'm just telling you the facts that, as I know them. Are you gonna have to pull a building permit to put in the slab?
Yeah.
Because I know there's a lot of people that are gonna be, once you pull the building permit, it's gonna get referred to all the other departments. So that's my concern for you guys, is once it goes to,
Well, we are town and we are doing stuff on town land. I'm afraid we probably have to.
well,
To me, I think we should have just said, you know what, let's go do this, we got the funds,
that's kinda why I
you
think
know?
at this point,
I don't think,
Have one. Just pull it a damn slab. We don't need a permit for a slab. It's not a structure.
that's my opinion.
well,
I didn't think we needed a design or anything either.
no, we don't need a design, but I think what I would suggest at this point is we come up with a little, almost a sketch plan,
Yeah,
and file an RDA with the Conservation Commission, so they can look at it and sign off. And concurrent with that filing, we'll file with the endangered species people, and that'll notify everybody that needs to be notified, and that'll be the end of it. I don't think the endangered species people are gonna have any heartburn over it, because it's a pre-existing disturbed area.
go ahead, Carla.
Thank you. Mike Crowley, land use coordinator, and I discussed this
Yeah.
briefly. He has already talked to the endangered species. They said it was not a problem. There was a $300 filing fee,
Right.
which I was not excited over. And when I looked at your proposal, I wasn't sure if that included the filing
It didn't
fees.
include the
It did
filing
not.
fee, but
It did not?
it didn't.
Okay, and where there are certain fees with the Conservation Commission and being a town entity with another town entity, Mike Crowley stated that the Conservation Commission could waive the fees and that there are funds that they could find where we're self-sufficient,
Yeah,
that they could
We're a
actually find the
nonprofit, yeah.
funds for that. You do have to file with that, and he's already spoken to them,
Yeah.
and because you're trying to mitigate those containers away from anything, you're actually trying to do a good thing.
yes,
So,
we are.
so, they didn't seem to have a problem with it at all. I know it's a little more money, but
$300 isn't gonna break the bank.
it's really not.
It's a win for everybody, everybody walks away happy.
So when are we putting it in the ground?
The concrete slab.
No, when?
Oh, when? As soon as I can get it filed.
There you go.
Okay, so what you did have though is you had, what did you want Stan to do? Because, and I apologize,
I didn't bring
Here.
it up.
there
Are you-
was your proposals, and there was just the site design, and then there was
I'm gonna
the,
ask that the Board of Health allow this to happen after I return.
What?
I'll be back in less than 2 weeks, and I'd like that to happen after I return so I can see these people and look them in the eye.
Yeah, well, trust me, it ain't gonna go that fast, Dad.
You'll get to talk about it on the Concom. So,
Take it
Okay.
before I return.
oh, it won't be on the conservation agenda before you get back, Jim, don't worry, and I can make sure that happens.
Yeah,
but what I would like to do is, I would like to make sure that that contract that you asked us to sign gets signed tonight. Do you
Oh, okay,
remember that?
Okay, yeah, sure.
And
it's-
I
You-
think
you-
you guys
you're not
know.
doing this as a good citizen of Townsend to
I
do
would-
this for
I
us for
would-
free?
I-
What's Roy don't like that idea?
Exactly.
Oh, bring his ass in here, wait till he reads
He
something
lives
done.
he lives in Lunenburg, so.
Okay, so what you have is you have a scope of work, which is a site survey, site layout design,
Yeah,
and then the conservation filing.
yep,
What I'd like the board to do, if it pleases the board, is for you to sign something so Stan can go forward, but what exactly would you like to start with? Are you saying all three of these you need right now?
I think we need to do that,
All three?
Are you actually doing the design of the slab?
We'll
So
put
that's
some specs on there for a slab, but it's,
Yeah,
I
it's
mean, it's gonna
basically a
be an
slab.
8-inch slab with some rebar,
Yeah.
right?
So this is just shy of $5,000 to do all this work.
Jesus Christ.
You have
Well,
10,000 that you allocated from
We'll do the
last
best
year.
we can, but
Yeah.
that's,
You have 10,000 that you allocated from last
I
year that you
know,
need
I
to use this year.
know,
You
I
have to
know,
use it.
I know,
And you have to use it for this project.
yes, I know.
And
I
it's
know.
April.
I know, we're running out of time. We've got till July. And then-
Okay.
And then we'll have to move into phase 2 of pavement or something around it the following year.
Jim, am I hearing that you don't want the board to sign this without you coming back to review it? Or are you okay with the board signing the approximate $5,000 for Stan to start this site work?
Has Stan specified exactly what he's doing in that project, and has he questioned us at all as far as the type of steel we want in there? If we're gonna put a mini foundation around the corners to prevent frost seeds, et cetera? Some of this stuff has to be discussed. You can't spend that kind of money on a slab that's gonna crack in 2 years.
yep,
And the center of that slab's gotta be elevated at least 3 inches so all the water runs off of that slab and doesn't cause an icing problem.
I agree.
3 inches is a little excessive, but it's only, how wide is that, did we say we wanted
We'll make
that?
the decision, because I will be back, and when I'm looking at
I don't
stuff
remember how
myself in
much it
person,
is,
it's
20
definitely
feet,
easier than
3
being down
inches,
here on the phone.
that wouldn't be bad, 20 feet.
All right, would the board please, for Jim asking for a continuance to the next meeting, which is April 11th, while he can be here and you can all actually sit down and look at this together?
Well, to make Jim happy, I guess we can.
Yeah, you okay with that?
So,
Yeah.
I mean, Jim, we have to basically get this slab done by July.
We gotta expedite it, make it happen, and we can work with conservation to get that done, because they can't deny us the opportunity for that slab, because it's a notorious usage for 22 years that I've seen.
Hey Jim,
Yes,
so there's 3 things on the scope of work here that we're talking about. What if we just approve the conservation filing and surveying, and we leave off the site layout and design until you get back? That way we can at least move forward with one piece of this.
Where you going forward to? I'll agree with that. I'm in favor of that, yes.
All right,
Okay.
they can make a motion.
So I'm gonna make a motion to which
It would be,
survey,
1.1
conservation
and
file?
1.3.
So I'm gonna make a motion to approve 1.1 and 1.3 in the scope of work for the recycle center, slab project.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye,
Aye.
there you go, Stan.
I'd like for the board to sign that at a meeting, if you can send something back that's more formal,
Yeah,
and I can get that over to you if I have to drive it to you, because I know how busy you are, and.
yeah, I'll
Sure, I
I'll
can-
send
I can-
something.
You
over
don't
to
get
Yeah, you don't have, yeah, you don't
Yeah.
have to sign it tonight.
All
Mail
right,
that fee, I'll mail it right back or what?
Okay,
That's fine, your vote's good enough for me.
Yeah,
I'll send
Stan,
something to you.
oddly enough, Stan trusts us.
Get it by Friday, so expect that, cause I'll be gone.
Yeah, no, we're not signing anything.
Okay, good.
Yep,
Okay.
Stan trusts us, I don't know why, but I appreciate it, thanks,
All
Stan.
right,
thanks
thank
very
you.
much for coming in.
Thanks for coming
Stan.
in.
You're
All
welcome.
right, that's awesome.
Thanks, Jim.
Thank you, Jim. Now, let's go back to work.
You're going back to your mandatory referral for the
1.7.
bylaws.
Oh, no. Board approved 1.7 mandatory special permit
Dog
zoning
grooming.
board bylaws, proposed interior structure, single family home. What is this one? So this is basically,
Wait,
No, that's the same thing. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Disregard.
oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, they're written so closely together, you're actually at
Yeah.
169 Wallace Hill Road. So go back to your notes, because Jim's gonna wanna hear what you have to say
yeah,
about
that's what I was
169.
on.
Okay, I was
Yeah.
not, I'm sorry.
Okay, 1.7. This is a mandatory referral from the ZBA for 169 Wallace Hill Road. The applicant has submitted an application to the Zoning Board of Appeals to repurpose an existing interior,
It's an existing structure, remember, we just went through this?
yeah,
So if you go back to Rick's notes at the end,
Jim doesn't have this, I'm just reading this to Jim,
okay,
so.
but he's gonna misunderstand it, because what it sounds like is that they're creating an accessory apartment. And it's important for Jim to know that the accessory apartment is already there.
Already there, yeah, this is the one that they're.
Right,
Yeah, so basically, Jim, just to cut this short for now, okay? Turn the page,
one more page, yep,
one more page.
he's got one more asterisk, there you
Oh, this is
go.
about it.
Yes.
So basically, Jim, this is a house that had an accessory apartment in it. They, it was sold, and the new people are looking for a new permit from the ZBA for the accessory apartment. The notes we got from, Jesus Christ, Rick, thank you, says, Carla informed me that this is a pre-existing unit that requires reapproval due to the change in ownership. This has never come up before that I can think of. But if you want to, accept it as, what is that, B&E?
Because,
Oh, that says because? Oh, well, there's not enough letters for me, but, because pre-existing condition. I would support that decision. The typed comments I provided were consistent with your,
previous decision.
wow, you gotta learn how to spell, kid, this is horrible. Previous condition, previous, PWT, I don't get it, but,
It's Rick's
Passed?
and,
yes, Rick, I don't
I
know.
think
Previous
that's
pass?
passed. I think it's consistent with your past
Past
decisions.
Oh,
it's Rick's note.
Oh, that's Rick, oh, that's an A and an S, okay, past decision when someone was trying to create an accessory apartment. I'm sorry, I just found that to be very funny. Oh, I thought I wrote like crap.
So the Title V has
Yep.
been passed.
Okay,
Jim, the Title V had a conditional pass, I believe it was a D box, they replaced the D box, and the Title V in the septic system supports the amount of bedrooms that they have, because This was already an approved accessory apartment. It's just a transfer of ownership that's triggering this to come to you.
Yeah. In theory, this is a no-brainer because they're only looking for reapproval on the same structure.
That's correct.
I don't see any problem with that at all.
Okay, so now, as a mandatory referral, we don't have to tell the ZBA we like it? or-
I'll let them know that you had no comments with it.
Okay, all right, so we will, add no comment
Mhm.
to that.
Okay.
All right, let's move on to 1.8 is a mandatory referral from the planning board.
Amendments, and those are two. And that is
Wait, oh.
for the roosters and hens
Oh, yeah, oh, they're finally doing something about the chickens.
and the dog grooming.
Well, all right,
So you can read that to Jim.
I'm gonna read this to Jim or these to Jim. All right, here we go. You ready, Jim? Mandatory referral, TZB 145-26.B.9 and 145-26.A.10. Proposed change to ZBA 145-26.A.10 appears to be adding additional language to chicken bylaws that zoning already has. I believe this is at the request of the building commissioner based on his experiences trying to enforce the bylaw. I have no issues with the changes unless you believe they may conflict with future animal regulations. And it's in quotes, it says, if you are still considering adopting a regulation for this. The proposal change at the TZB 45-26.B.9 appears to add potential use with special permit to the resident A and B districts. I don't believe this has any impact on us. As all special permits have a mandated referral, the Board of Health and you will have the opportunity to comment on each application individually. I do not believe they are required comments, but making you aware of the hearing in case you have any input. Questions?
It's just gonna make it harder for people just to raise chickens in the backyard.
I think what they want is people to keep their chickens in their property, not let them run in their neighbors' yards.
Running everywhere, they wanna make sure that they're fine to the coop or whatever.
Well, not the coop, they can stay in their own yard. They don't want them 3 houses down, eating up their grass looking for grubs.
Well, the chickens should not be 3 houses down, so I agree with that.
I do too. That's one of our things. Now, Gavin, you got any discussion on that? Wow, Gavin's right on top of things today. All right, so we are going to make a no comment. No comment on that one.
Yep.
Okay, we go to 110, other permits, we have none.
You have another one.
Which one?
You're going to.
Oh, Ball Road?
No, you're going to another zoning amendment, which is the dog grooming.
The dog grooming. Oh, Jesus, the dog grooming again? Didn't we
Well-
just do that?
Yeah, but this is the actual
Zoning.
zoning law.
Oh, so here's the new zoning law they're requiring. Strip joints will be allowed on, oops, sorry. Please review the attached zoning board amendment and relay to the planning board any questions or concerns you may have. You don't need to know the rest of that crap. Here's the proposed zoning amendment. To see if the town will vote to amend Article 6 of the town zoning bylaw entitled Land Use Regulations, Section 45-26, entitled Residential Districts, subsection B, entitled Residential A and B Districts, Special Permit Use. Item 9, as follows, will, in addition to existing text and bylaws in bold, you still there? Okay. In bold, 9, commercial kennel, dog grooming establishment, dog daycare establishment, animal and veterinarian hospital, provided that such location is in the same premises as the dwelling and is conducted by resident thereof. So basically, they're letting the lady that wanted dog grooming to have a dog grooming business.
Yeah, who's doing all this stuff?
This would be the zoning board of appeals.
Oh boy, okay, I have no comment on that.
I don't have a comment on it either. I don't wanna start commenting against the zoning board of appeals.
No comment. No comment?
No comment, okay, so, now we gotta do
82 Ball Road.
82 Ball Road, wow.
Jim
Ball
has
Road.
that. Now
You
Jim
have
has
that one, Jim.
Full-size plan.
I do.
All right, do you want me to read what Rick said?
Go for it.
This is a new construction lot proposed by Presby System in full compliance with Townsend regulations and Title V requirements.
Sprawling Ranch.
I would suggest that the board approve this plan as submitted and sign that permit.
Yeah. I wanna bring something to your attention, you
Yep,
guys.
I'm coming.
I'm looking at the second page.
All right. All right, hang on, we're still on the first page. We're bringing you over here, okay. Where are we looking, Jimbo?
If you're looking at this on the top left side, it says bypass vent details. You see what they've done with the venting in the D-box there?
Yep.
They've actually vented the D-box back into the tank. It's the first time I've seen that, but it's a great idea.
Oh, really?
They eliminated the high vent because that's actually going through the house vent.
Oh, uh-oh, we lost him.
Uh-oh, what?
Oh, we lost you for a second. So you're looking at actually them venting it back into the tank?
You vent it back into the tank, but there's a tall vent that comes off the leach field that's been eliminated. So venting back into the tank, it actually goes through the house vent, which is nice.
Oh, really? Oh, I see it right here, yeah.
Yeah, that's very unique.
Wow, we'll have to do that on my system if I ever do it again.
And now let's go to the other side of the paper. It says remove venting details. Remove venting details, I mean.
Yes.
Up on the upper right side, you see where the end of the trenches would be. That's the last pipe coming out, and it goes to a vent.
Yeah.
And it illustrates crushed stone around the elbow, but it does not say to drill holes in that elbow. So I want to make a motion that they drill 6 half-inch holes in that elbow before they put that in to the crushed stone.
And
That's a water pocket.
which way is it sloping?
This slopes down to that elbow, that slopes down to that elbow.
That's absolutely,
So
that's
that's-
absolutely a horrible thing,
So
yeah,
that's gonna block the vent.
right.
That's right. So we got to drill 6 half-inch holes in there in conjunction with the crushed stone.
Yeah, you're looking at, in the bottom so it can drain if it has to.
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
all right, so we will, give Kyla a minute, she come back and write that down. We'll put that on.
It is the intent of the high vent to prevent snow and moisture from getting into that, Jim?
I'm going to say yes.
So that's why they don't drill holes initially in that elbow?
Well, that's where they're wrong because once again, Rick Metcalf challenged me a couple of meetings ago on these holes to be drilled, and he said it's not according to the engineer. Well, the engineer that designs cars have recalls on them because they screw things up.
Sure.
We're preventing a recall.
Yep.
I'm sure the homeowner will appreciate that.
I've just been on the field too many times. I know what happens.
Yeah, all right, so Kyla, we're going to, so you were looking to approve this with the,
Fitting.
yep, we want, half-inch holes drilled into the elbow at the bottom of the slope in the, remote venting detail
On top of the crushed stone.
on the crushed stone.
Yeah, so there's gonna be 6 half-inch holes drilled there.
How about we just do 5 1-inch holes?
Go for it. As
No,
long
I'm
as
just-
it's got green mix, that's all I'm after.
So we'll do 138-inch holes?
Yeah, we'll do that on yours too, it's called perforated wax.
It's a French drain, my friend. Okay, so let's have a motion.
So moved.
No, you didn't motion yet.
I
No,
got it.
it's okay, I motion that we add 6 half-inch holes to the elbow at the remote venting detail in conjunction with crushed stone.
I second.
I second that too. All right, all in favor? So we have basically are approving this with the, adding the vent holes.
Only one change, one minor change.
Oh, that is just awesome. Just this one, right? Okay, that'll take care of that. I'm going back again. Okay, now we got it, we have invoices.
You have a lot of invoices. March travel for Carla, not a lot. Grabbers for the townwide cleanup, we got a case, 25 grabbers, for $30. And, I think it's
Oh, you
important,
get
it's
it?
okay, Chris. I think it's important for the people, especially the ones
Yes.
who wanna,
Well, for the older
Clean up.
people. But I mean, this is good for the town. Yeah, this is fine. I can't believe you got a case of them for $30. I can't imagine what these things look like.
it was,
They must be like really
I have to
crappy
pick them up
ones.
at Family Dollar on Water Street tomorrow morning, actually.
I was gonna
I'm hoping to
say,
do
but-
that because they were supposed to be in on the 23rd.
They must be really crappy ones.
They were really cheap.
Cause I know the one that I have, I bought at
They were
Apple
like
Meadow.
$10 or something. It was
yeah.
ridiculous, so.
Yes.
Okay, trash violation, certified mailing, we just have one house that just won't consider, getting rid of their 96-gallon toter, so.
Are they going to, or-
Well, we sent them a final notice saying that they were gonna lose their trash, service, which I don't think that they're gonna wanna do.
No.
Bought green bags for the townwide cleanup, which is going swimmingly.
Green? What happened to the yellow ones?
We never had yellow, we always had the green. And we can get 100 for $30, and we give them away for free, and then Shaw's, hopefully this year,
Yeah,
thank you. Will,
yeah, same thing.
We'll waive
Is
the
he
fee.
putting a dumpster in the center of town, or no? Or was that
No.
only one time he did
no, that was one time, what they do now is they'll be bringing the trash, the green bags back to their house. And so Shaw's needs to count the green bags, so that's why we can't give them purple bags, and then we want
Oh, yeah.
to get their name and their address, because we don't want them to say, oh, I need 5 green trash bags, cause I'm gonna be cleaning the streets, and then all of a sudden they're cleaning out their refrigerator in their basement.
Very good.
So we try to make sure, and then you
I
also
would
wanna let
think- I would
Shaw's
think-
know,
I would also think, no, I clean South Harbor Road all the time. Me and my wife do. That along the state forest there,
Oh, it's,
there's a ton of shit, and I've never filled up one bag.
really, interesting,
One whole bag. We've gotten close.
because you do it so often,
Yeah, but I mean,
right, on a regular basis.
you know,
yeah.
there, you going year to year, I mean, I don't know, but, anyway, I would almost restrict a bag or two to each section of road. If you look and you go, all right, you're doing a 5-mile road, you know, all right, here's 3 bags. If you're doing, you know, this little section, you get 1 bag.
Well, what we did before is the people needed to sign up on sign up Genius
Yeah.
if they wanted a T-shirt or, and we didn't have the grabbers last year.
Right,
And then they would put where they were cleaning, and there's a map at the library, and there's a map in my office, so as we highlight, and then we put the people's names, so when someone comes up and says, oh, I wanna clean Barker Road, well, the Smiths are already cleaning Barker
Yeah.
Road. So you can clean Barker Road from this point to this point.
Yeah.
So what you try to do is you try to get everybody to do a certain point, so you've got 80% of the town being cleaned.
yeah. Jim, what size T-shirt do you wear?
Oh,
Extra large.
Extra large?
okay,
We're just
okay, I do need to ask you those in a
Yeah.
minute.
XL.
So, okay, so,
You're a large, right? Or an XL?
Yeah, probably extra large.
extra large,
no,
and what do you want?
Large.
Large,
Yeah.
so
And-
2 XLs
Yeah.
and a
Yeah.
large. Okay, Weston and Sampson, they were out looking at the pump and
I'm
otherwise
still
things.
scared about this pump.
Well, don't be, because.
Are they fixing it or are they
They
replacing it?
did,
they fixed it?
so it just needed a starter,
Oh,
so
sweet.
we should be getting, instead of 2,400, we should be getting a bill, and I don't know, but they said it was probably less than half, so.
Oh, that is good
And it's gonna need a
news.
blower, but they don't know what that is, I asked for pricing, and they
Yeah.
said we can put that in next year, it's not a priority, but it's coming.
Yeah,
So, the t-shirts, the state had a contract, but because we don't have a chapter, we don't get the $5 t-shirts, they were at $7.50. The Pepperell, who has our actual logo, because the building inspector uses them for their
Yeah.
shirts,
yeah,
they were at $9 versus $7.50, and then the Townsend business was at $18. So I spoke to the recycling committee, and they said that they would really like you to go to JA Sports Apparel, where they are in Pepperell, where the state has everyone else, stay kind of trying to support local business. I agreed with them, I'm hoping that you do. It's only gonna be $50 more if you give it
if we do
to,
the Pepperell one, right?
if we do the Pepperell
Yeah,
one
I
versus the
can't-
state,
yeah,
okay?
Yeah,
So it's $450, it was $540 last year.
yeah,
We're saving money, and the t-shirts are gonna look really nice. We're still going through the proofs, but they're
Yeah.
gonna look nice,
all right.
okay? And then we also talked about recycling employees, and a lot of talk, we don't know who they are. They don't have any shirt that they're workers, you know, they come up and they start talking, who are they? So again, JA Sports Apparel, so we were looking at 4 hoodies for the winter and 4 t-shirts. Okay, so 2 for Paul, 2 for Sean, they have their name on them. And then I wanted to know if you guys wanted one, because I'm gonna get one, so when I'm down there, they'll see, and this is what they're gonna look like. So you've got the town logo there, and it says recycling center and the person's name.
You putting the person's name on the sleeve?
I can't, and that's because the building department did that, and when I did it on the front and the logo on the side, it looked weird. And they said that's what everyone usually does, all
Really?
municipalities have it that way. So I did wanna print it out and show you, because I'm not gonna make that decision on my
Is
own.
that Paul?
You're funny.
Um,
So see how they put the
Yeah.
logo, and then they put, cause I had the
Yeah.
logo over here, and their name and recycling center here, and he goes, the logo looks funny on the side. And I think it's important, and he said it was important for people when they walked up to see the logo to know that they were official.
yeah,
This is an official person, they've got
Yes.
the town logo, and then the name's right there.
What about having the name over here?
that's what I said.
You wanna do the name over there?
I think you, cause you're
I want
staring
it on
at
the
him,
front too.
Yeah,
I would rather see it there.
let's do that.
Okay,
Have it
Cause
on
you,
the other
you're
side.
looking at them, you can see their
Okay.
name as you go, try to look around the
Okay.
sleeve.
okay, so we'll do that.
Yeah, we do not
Okay,
need
so that
names.
goes over there. And, do you guys want your own shirts, or do you want me to get a couple that just have no names?
No
So if
names.
you
We
wanna
don't need
wear
names
them,
on our
you can
shirt.
grab them. I want one with my name,
You
because
can-
there's
you
a lot
should
of
be-
You
times.
should actually have.
Yeah,
it.
you should have it with
anyway.
your name, cause
Yeah.
you are the head of the duck.
Oh, thank you
Recycle
so
center.
much, I love
Yeah.
that.
Well, I don't, we
so-
don't need names.
Okay,
No
so
names.
I'm gonna get a couple more extra larges and a
Yeah.
couple larges,
Yeah.
plain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect, okay, that's great. GW Shaw's, just monthly bill that you always pay. 4th quarter for Neshoba, I did get their assessment they went to, and they're gonna increase about $2,800. Remember when they said the census and everything?
Yeah,
So it is what it is.
I know.
You will vote on it next year at your meeting.
You know, Rick does an excellent job.
We knew it was gonna
Excellent
go up.
job, so,
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
Can't take me anymore.
Not really.
no, you're all set.
I
Bye.
think we're gonna handle it without me.
Yeah, you're good. Have a good night.
Bye, Jim, we'll see you back here.
See you when you get back, buddy. Bye.
Alright, bye.
Okay, I got some,
What am I looking at here? Nursing. Yeah, 'cause you know what, you know how we had talked about, Littleton going to do their own stuff. We can't afford to hire Rick and then hire nurses? There's no way in hell.
There's, no,
Yeah,
you
there's
wouldn't
no
do
way
it,
in hell.
it wouldn't happen.
And how much is it? Is this a month or a year?
That's a quarter.
Oh, that's not bad.
That's not, I
No.
mean, really,
I thought it was a month and I was gonna be like, wow. Wonder what I earned.
Staples, I needed a new, book over here.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't find this one, and so we have another record book, which is great, cause
Oh,
you
you're
can
gonna
always
use
use
it,
them.
it's not like it's.
And glass cleaner, for my glasses for a couple of dollars, and 3-ring binders, because our meeting minutes
Yeah.
are getting a little longer now that they're recorded.
Yeah,
And I can listen to them, they're a little bit longer, so I needed some new 3-ring binders, so just miscellaneous expenses.
whispering isn't gonna make a change.
Staples, these are new, books, are receipt books for the
Yes.
recycling center.
Ah,
Okay, now I also found out that we have an $85 rewards credit. So we could either buy something for $85, but I'm hoping that I can apply it to this.
how much is that book?
113, it's for 500
Yeah,
receipts for the
yeah.
recycling,
Oh,
so
we have to have it,
we have to have them, so.
yeah,
But
alright.
that's what I'm hoping will happen, and if not, we'll talk about that.
there's a credit based on us using that?
Yeah, the rewards, with
Yeah.
all the printing and the mailings that we do. So, Karen Clement signs for Earth Day.
Yes,
Um,
I wish she didn't do that, and I would request that she doesn't do that again.
and yes, I
She went out
will,
and bought her own signs and wants us to pay for them,
well.
without
it's-
approval
it's-
of the
it's
board.
Not her signs, they're just
I-
Earth Day signs.
They're Earth Day signs, but
And they do
since
bring
we are,
in,
I understand, but we are responsible for the budget. We need to see if her signs, we will pay for them this year, but if she has a request for signs, she should ask us,
Mhm.
not just go out and do it.
Mhm.
That's all.
okay,
So we'll gladly pay for the signs this year, but please do not, Karen,
okay.
do that again.
Lord and Oil, God forgive us, but we're paying $533 for propane.
Yeah, that's less than I had to pay to put
Oh
my
my
tank.
gosh. Unitil, $180. Sean Pearson had to get a new lock for the recycling center. Don
Why?
Masuka, the tree warden, called me, a couple of weeks ago and he said, would your employees have a bad day? The lock is mauled. I mean, what happened? I don't know. So, I wasn't around and I asked Sean to go pick up a new lock and make sure that it gets there, because we obviously wanna make sure it's locked. And he got there and said there was nothing wrong with the lock, but he had already bought it. So, and I have the lock, and there's nothing wrong with
Yes, I
it,
saw
so
it.
I don't know what the problem was. Now we have 2 locks, but we do have to reimburse Sean for the
Did
other
we see the
lock.
signs? Sorry, I'm back.
We have not.
We haven't
What-
even, still haven't even seen them.
No, what I think they are is signs that say Earth Day this weekend, and they're the, temporary ones that you can put
Oh,
down. And what I'm hoping is when they put this weekend, you won't have to do it, every
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, hopefully she
Because
didn't
it
put a
just
date.
says
Just
this
says
weekend.
sure.
Yeah,
Or they
So
could
that,
have.
you've just approved them forever?
hopefully.
Yeah,
Well,
in
it all
perpetuity.
depends. We don't know what they look like, so.
Okay.
Hopefully they don't have a specific date on them. I mean, we could always change the date on them, I guess. Why do you keep giving me this thing back?
That's your minutes of February, is it not? Yes, it is, minutes
Oh,
of
it is?
February,
Oh, you did it this way. Okay.
yes.
All right.
Okay, I don't have, February 28th done yet.
It's okay.
So while Chris reads that, what I have right here is, the pumps weren't working, okay, so they went to the site last week. The starters, they were able to bypass and run the pumps to an empty tank. Paula Center's cost to replace the starters, which should be around half-day labor and parts. That's really not too expensive, probably less than 400, because originally they were saying
Yeah,
2,400.
I remember.
So, that's the background on that, so. And Chris and I had talked about it, so it sounds good. So I'm waiting for that. And then this is the cleanup sign that will go out to people, it will go on social media and whatnot. we do have the solar sign. I was able to, get Veronica to put it up the week of February 4th to the 9th. So I think it's good though, because it will get people to sign up.
Yeah.
So then when it happens, you don't wanna do it too late,
Yep,
because then people will, oh, I didn't sign up, and you wanna make sure they get the grabbers and the t-shirts and everything,
Yeah.
so. Minutes. And we were going through Stan Diller's, your Earth Day, and that's all I have.
I just talked to this kid's father this morning, wants to get into the carpenters union, so I talked to him a while ago.
Yeah.
But I've been retired for almost 5 years, so I told him that, we'll talk to my son, you know, 'cause my son has the connection, so.
Nice.
But I talked to his father this morning, he just decided to check in with me. So this is our thing.
And then I will send you the final picture, for the t-shirts. We were just working it out, but JA Sports Apparel and Pepperell, they have done an outstanding job, so they've got
This
the
is very
whole,
nice.
you know, the Massachusetts sign where it says entering Massachusetts, and it's got that, so it says keep Massachusetts beautiful.
You see it?
And then but the state ones had Massachusetts and they replaced it with the town. But then he said, well, you really need Massachusetts, and I go, yeah, but we need Townsend. So he finally got it on, and then it says sponsored by the Townsend Board of Health, and it's all gonna be right on the back.
Yeah.
So the
that's gonna
t-shirt will be
nice.
fine on the front,
Yeah.
which will be nice, so people can kinda wear it, and it's not one of those
I
advertisements.
wear my yellow one.
I wear mine too, but I have an extra large, so it's a bed shirt for me.
Oh.
So we're good with getting a couple more of the hoodies
Yeah.
and those sizes,
Yeah.
with no names in case
Yeah.
people.
You got it, dude.
That's all I got.
Okay, can I have a motion to close?
make a motion to close the meeting, 6:44.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Uh,
Aye.
2-0. Ah, you guys are the best.
Gavin.